Hey everybody, welcome to another Paint the Edge Off, where I teach you to make a cool painting in about an hour and I get a little drunk doing it. My name's Joel and today we're going to be painting this painting right here. Okay, I'm going to try this. This is I don't know, I didn't do the best job on this. I'm going to try to make it a little bit better than I did in the original painting here. So let's see if we can do a little bit better. But kind of this dull landscape with a little bright blue and red to attract the eye. Okay, so we'll see how that goes. But regardless, we're going to have fun. So before I get to that, I'm going to tell you what we need for this painting. Also, if you haven't already, like, share, follow, subscribe, search Paint the Edge Off, and find me and like all that stuff if you don't mind. Do. Okay, what you're going to need today for this painting is you will need a 16 by 20 canvas, okay? Any kind of canvas works, but I like the 16 by 20. Some kind of easel, all right? You're going to need some kind of paper towels or some kind of towel, or just wipe stuff off on your clothes, which is what I do sometimes. Water cup, some kind of water cup to mix your paint in with your brushes. Okay, you're gonna need some kind of palette. I'm using paper plates, but feel free to use whatever you like. I've got a blow dryer. Okay, that helps me blow dry my painting and kind of move through it quickly. Okay, I've got whiskey. Okay, whiskey helps. And then I've also got some tools here. Okay, so I've got a pencil. All right, I've got a couple pieces of chalk. Okay, that's just like sidewalk chalk, regular old chalk. All right, and then I've got my 4 brushes here. I've got my big flat brush. Okay, I've got my medium flat brush. I've got my medium round brush, and I've got my little tiny round brush. Okay, so those are my 4 brushes. I think that's everything we need for this painting. So with that being said, let's take a shot. Let's have some fun. Let's chat. Let's paint the edge off. Okay, let's get that shot counter going. Okay, and away we go. Okay, let's grab our pencil. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw on kind of where my mountaintops are, and then also where the little ground level is. Now, the level for the where the ground's going to be is not very high up. I'd say like a hand's width, maybe a third of the canvas up, maybe a little less than a third. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a line across here, just a vague just a, vague line here, nothing too exact. Okay, then I'm going to go up another hand's width here. We want the sky to be the biggest section here, okay? So let's go ahead and let's just go, I'm going to make a little mountain lines. Okay, kind of see that there. Okay, that's kind of my drawing so far. Congratulations, we did it. We painted, we drew a mountain. Let's take a shot. Okay, so we're gonna start with our sky, work our way down, do the sky, then the mountains, then the ground. Okay, and I'm gonna change it up. Try to make this painting a little better than I did in the original one. Whew. Ugh. Okay, let's take our palette. Let's get some white paint. Let's get some black paint. All right, we don't need too much black paint. And let's get a little bit of blue. Okay. Take your big brush out, tap it off there. Give it a little tap off. And then we're going to start by stirring our brush around that white paint. Okay, get that water all mixed in with your paint. Okay, got the water mixed in there with our white paint. Let's go ahead and stir a bunch of this up. And let's get a little bit of black going in here. Just got a nice light gray. Now, you don't have to use a ton of black here. A little bit of black kind of goes a long way, so start with a little bit. Okay, and then we're going to get a little bit of blue. Just a little scoop of blue on the end of my brush there, and let's mix that in with that whole big thing. And that's already way too much blue. Cool. I thought I was really, being very conservative with my paint, but apparently that was already way too much. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Awesome. You're probably right. All right, let's get a bunch more white here. Okay, let's mix that white in there. All right. Says you can never have too much blue. You're probably right about that. Thanks for putting it into perspective for me. I needed that. Hiya! Okay, we got our light blue-gray. Sir Clint, how are you, man? Last time I saw you, I think you were beating me at beer pong. Still a beer pong champ, I assume. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to take that all the way down to where I drew my mountains in there. I'm going to make that kind of a light color here. Weren't we playing beer pong at Chase's house when Kylie came down? That's what I said. I said you beat me. Jeez Louise. You did? Oh, that's awesome. My friend Clint says he projectile vomited that night. I don't remember seeing that, but I wish I had. Okay, I'm going to paint my edges here. Get my edges all painted in. And then I'll keep going. You know, maybe I'll drink enough today on my show that I'll projectile vomit. And maybe I can, I can do that on camera so that you feel a little bit better about your projectile vomit. Oh, I'm already getting the burps. It's coming on fast. Okay, speaking of which, let's go ahead and take a shot here. Okay, and then we'll put a little bit of white in the sky to make some clouds. And then we'll move on to the mountains. Cheers. Okay. 3 shots. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my big brush. I'm not really going to wash it out or anything, but I'm going to get a little bit more clean white paint there. Okay, I'm going to take my brush, dip it in some of that white, and I'm going to start making some cloudy clouds. Okay, now I'm making a artistic choice here to make all my brush strokes vertical. Okay, so I have these square kind of flat brush strokes. All right. Just like so. Okay, it's a very subtle clouds. Okay. Alright, so kind of putting some white. Also just kind of giving it a little bit of color too, so not just the same flat color. Trying to mix it up a little bit here. There we go. Got a little bit of variation. Man, that brightness is crazy. Hold on a second. Let me just mess with something real quick. That doesn't really help. Let's see here. Let's see why this is just crazy. Wow. Okay, now I'm just playing with settings on my computer, so this isn't the best TV here. What if, let's see. Ooh, let's see. Is this better? No, that doesn't really do much. Okay, well, yeah, well, that didn't do anything. Okay, hey, let's wash our brush out. Maybe we'll take another shot, too. All right, just for fun. Let's see. We'll do a trivia question here soon. Oh, Corey, I got a cat. Let's see if see how that goes. I'm allergic to cats, but I got one. Hey, I got one on accident. Oh, we got a little update on the cat situation. I'll talk about it a little bit. Okay, okay, let's wash our big brush out here. Yeah, cat, a feline. Ugh. Yeah, except I'm allergic to him. That's the only problem. So that's been tricky. Okay, let's take our big brush here. Let's get, I still got some black on my other plate here. Let's mix up a gray, kind of a darker gray this time. Something like so. A little bit of purple in here. Ooh, yeah. Okay, now we need more. Right. That's probably pretty okay there. But we're going to need a lot of this mixed up because we're going to paint a, you know, I don't know, not a huge section, but, you know, kind of decent sized section. Alright, so let's get some purple and some gray mixed up here. I'm going to try to go a lot lighter this time than I did in my original painting. Okay, now there's a nice dark gray. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. I saw this, I don't know, I can't remember if I saw it as a painting or a picture, but I kind of wanted to recreate it my own way. I can't really remember it, but it just reminded me of kind of like a grayish, a little bit of color, but mostly gray, kind of dull background, and then there's this little building, and it was kind of dull too, but then there's a big blue and red sign on it that looked pretty cool. So I'm going to try to, that's all I really remember about it, but I'm going to try to kind of recreate it. Oh, jeez. You know, my allergies, I'm allergic to pussy, apparently. Pussy. JK. But cats, they've always kind of fucked me up. You know what's crazy, though, is, my asthma really hasn't been as bad lately, which is weird. But I'm still very allergic. Like, when he, you know, walks all over me and stuff, I, get itchy. Everything he touches on me, I gets itchy and like swells up kind of a little bit. So that's cool. But he's been pretty good. He's been a good little kitty. Last Wednesday, I can't remember if anybody watched last Wednesday. I let the cat out, and I hadn't seen him in a while. Well, we didn't see him until 10:30 that night, and we couldn't find him. We were starting to get a little worried, like, oh shit, where's this cat at? And then I walk outside and I look up and he's like 40 feet up in the air in this tree. And I start like being like, come on, kitty, come down. And he's kind of meowing at me. And eventually he did come down. Eventually I kind of was coaxing him down for a while. He finally did though. Which is pretty crazy. Well, he's been pretty good. Okay, now what I'm doing, I'm going to add some, I'm mixing up a little bit of a lighter gray here. I just added some white to my mixture. And I'm going to dab in, you know, a little bit of lighter gray here, okay? Just kind of randomly, but, you know, honestly, all I do really is I kind of, this is the center of this mountain. I'm going to pick one side and just kind of lighten that up. Just kind of shimmy. Boom, look, it's the side of a mountain. Just like that. Right? A little shimmy. Alright, maybe a little white mixed in with my gray here to get a little light gray. And then I just kind of do a little bit of that. And I kind of a little mountain going on. And I'm going to put a second mountain up here in the front. And down here, I kind of made a mess down there. But you know what? Whatever. Okay, okay, we got some mountains there. Good enough. Let's leave it, okay? Let's see. Let's take a shot here. Yeah, the cat's good. He just, my only problem with the cat is he'll crawl up on me. I'll be laying on the couch. He crawls up on me, which is fine. But then he just keeps pushing his face into my face. And after a while, I'm like, okay, stop! You know, and I have to, like, yell at him. Because, like, he just won't stop. And then my face gets puffy and I'm allergic. And he just doesn't, I feel bad because it's like, just trying to love me, I guess. But that is one difference about cats and dogs. Like, a dog will just chill. He'll just sit there and be like, you crawl him, he's like, Once he sits beside you and you pet him, he just lays there. A cat just, like, keeps fucking with you. Just keeps coming at you and coming at you and coming at you. Like, it gives you zero space. Like, it's crazy. But he's a pretty good kitty. He's gotten into some food, though, that we didn't want him to and stuff like that, but knocked over the trash one day. I'm just chalking it to it's being a cat, you know? I think Lacey's a little bit more... He does stuff and she's just like... looks at me like, this is a problem. And I'm like, it's going to be okay. It's a cat. Gotta get him, gotta kind of train him a little bit, get him used to the place. Am I right? Am I right? Say what? Okay, I got some white, some black. I don't think I went over my colors at the beginning. But I got white, black. I got some raw sienna here, okay? I'm getting real unprofessional around here. Okay, let's stir in our white. A little tiny bit of black, mostly white. It's got a very light gray, very light gray. And then let's take some of this raw sienna. Blend some of that in there. There we go. Pretty good amount of that raw sienna. Oh, no, yeah, no, I know. And I get that. Like, that's the thing. That's why I feel bad. Like yeah, that's what everyone's told me. Is like, that's how cats are. So I'm like, okay, and I get that. And I do like that he likes me, but at a certain point, it's just that, like, dude, I'm allergic to you. Like, I want to love you, but, like, we have to set some boundaries here. And I think that's another reason he likes me is because I'm kind of, like, playing hard to get, you know? And he's like, oh, I like the chase, you know? That's what I've heard about cats anyway. I don't know. It was the first cat I've ever had. But, unfortunately, I feel like me not wanting to, you know, have him allergies and not being able to be around him is, like, making him like me more. Which I want him to like me. It's just, my God, just... If he could just chill out with getting in my face, it'd be great. Okay, I'm taking this color up to where my mountains are here. And I'm going to go a little over it, and I'm going to brush real lightly. I can even turn my brush sideways there on the skinny side. And blend that in a little bit, give that a little blendage. Let those two colors kind of play together. Just get a little play. A little bit of play right there. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to take... I'm going to take a little bit more of my raw sienna here. Just get a little bit of that on my brush. Not washing my brush out. You can if you want, but I'm just going to get some of this on my my brush here. I'm going to take this across the top. And now one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of imagine where I would like some shadows on the ground. So I'm going to pick, you know, around down here is going to be where my little old outdated video rental place is going to be. This desert artifact that is DVD rental stores. Okay, and there's going to be a little shadow. I'm going to put a little bit of dark, a little bit darker desert sand here. Okay, because that's where my store is going to be right there. So I want a little bit of shadow down there. And then, you know, I could take some and kind of sprinkle some in out here. Just kind of brush some around. There we go. Okay. Hey, we did it. Look at... Oh, God, I gotta paint my side edges. Yes. You know what? And that's a good trivia question. He says, your Mrs. Video Rental. So, Corey, sorry, Clint, I don't know if you remember, but there was that little place in Carl Junction right on Main Street. This was when I was probably 7th grade, so you'd have been probably 5th grade, but there's this little movie rental place. Okay, I'm going to blow dry my painting and keep talking, then we'll put up the trivia question. Okay, so there's this little movie rental place, and I would walk there from my house, and I got into a big phase of renting Jackie Chan movies. I watched like a ton of old Jackie Chan movies, and I had a PlayStation 1, so I'd, rent some PlayStation game. So today's trivia question is, what's the best Jackie Chan movie? Okay, is it A, Rush Hour, B, Super Cop, C, Shanghai Nights, D, Karate Kid, E, Rumble in the Bronx, F, Drunken Master, G, Rush Hour 2, or H, I've never seen a Jackie Chan movie. Okay, those are your options. Take a guess. But yeah, I would walk down there all the time. Man, old movie rental places were sweet. Clint, did you watch that documentary about the last Blockbuster? It was pretty interesting. It was just it wasn't really that. A lot of it was just people talking about, like, I remember when I went there. It wasn't really like a ton of information or very factual or whatever. But, okay, you say E or F, Rumble in the Bronx or Drunken Master. It's worth a watch, but I would say, yeah, that Blockbuster documentary is just kind of like a nostalgia movie. There's some information in there, but a lot of it's just random, random people being like, I went to Blockbuster when I was a kid, and that was cool. That's what most of it is. But anyway, it really is kind of cool because you go back and watch it, and you're like, yeah, I remember going there, and there's like a spot to hang out, play video games, get some food. It's awesome. Yeah, it's very nostalgic. It is nostalgia content to the max, so you would love it. Okay. All right, trivia questions coming down. Okay, let's do, it's crazy. This might be like one of the fastest. Okay, I'm going to try to make this right, though. Okay, let's spend a lot of time on this little building here, okay? Oh, God, what did I do? Oh, Lordy. Okay, let's take our chalk, okay, and let's draw in where our little DVD rental place is going to be out here in the desert. Okay, so I want it to be kind of in this area. I want it to cross up into the mountain spot here, and go down, stop about halfway in the sand section. So this is about the sand portion. Let's go about halfway. Make a little line there. And, I don't want it to go all the way up there. I want it to be kind of down this little corner here. Maybe not so far in the corner, though. Here we go. Okay, here's our building. Let's make a little rectangle first. Okay, let's make a line there. That's going to be where this is the back. This is the shaded side of the building, okay? Okay, now we're going to have a big sign right here. Let's have it stick out a little bit. Okay, there's our big sign. We can even have a little line right there holding that sign up. Let's go ahead and lick our finger. Erase those lines we don't see. Okay, there's our sign. Okay. Okay, let's see, what else? I want to put maybe a little dumpster back here, and I think maybe green would be a cool color to add into this, so let's put a little dumpster right there. Okay, let's see. Hi Sherry, how are you? Good to see you again. Okay, so let's see, we've got our little house. Now let's go ahead and start with the green dumpster because it's the furthest in the background. And I'm going to start using my medium flat brush, okay? So I got a plate here with blue. Let's go ahead and get some yellow. We can make ourselves a green. Okay. Now I'm just going to mix up a nice little green color here. Maybe I'll take some of this bluish gray here. Or just take some white or some black. Kind of take something there, white or black, and kind of make it a little more neutrally green. There we go. Maybe I should make it just go for it, make a dark green. Maybe take a little black. Yeah, let's take a little black and more blue, make a dark green here. Oh, see, that's a little bit darker down there. A little bit more black, a little bit more blue. There we go. Okay, let's take this. Let's paint this. Oh, there's our dumpster. I'm just going to fill that in. And then maybe we'll take a little bit of light green and we'll maybe put a little line in there that kind of maybe shows where like the top of the dumpster is. Maybe a little line like so. And then we could put a little bit of that light green in there as well. Okay, there we go. Got a little green square that looks somewhat maybe like a dumpster. Wash your brush out real good. Now, here's the thing. Now we're going to go to white. Anytime you go from a color to white, you want to wash the crap out of your brush because you need little tiny bits. See that? I squeezed that between my paper towel. That's how much green is still in there. Okay, so I'm going to keep washing. Sherry, how have you been? Sherry, do you remember, you remember some old DVD rental places, right? Some little video stores. Those were fun. I had fun. This painting's kind of a cool little nostalgia about all those places being gone now. Oh crap, I should have done white first, but I mixed up gray. Okay, let's take this gray though, and let's do this. So this is like the back part. Okay, we'll make this, it's just this light gray. Okay, and that green's still a little wet. You could blow dry that before you do this if you wanted to be smart and take your time and don't be dumb like me and just rush into it. But I am dumb, so I'm going to rush into it. Okay, good enough. Okay, let's again wash the crap out of our brush. Okay, and then we'll paint this front part white. It's going to be a little white, gray, white building here. And we'll put some extra little details on the building. Okay, and then we'll put our blue sign on the front. Yes, nostalgia. Okay, so again, if you want to win a free painting, please, for the love of God, just answer the question so I give away some paintings. Too many paintings that I have. Okay, let's take another shot. Okay, what's the best Jackie Chan movie? This is what I usually rented from old video stores when I was in junior high. Okay. Let's get a new plate with some fresh white paint. Okay, let's take our white paint, get that water mixed in. Don't want any drips going down our canvas. I also need to do my shot counter. Let's see what's been going on. Let's see, football. I made the playoffs in my fantasy football league. I'm sure you're all pretty happy about that. I'm sure you are. I don't know. I was watching the the Lions are my team, unfortunately, and they're not doing great this year. Let's just say that. They will be last in the league. But my second team's kind of the Rams, so I was watching that game the other night. Just because Stafford's there now, I don't care about the Rams at all. But Stafford's there now. He was the Lions quarterback for 12 years, and he's a pretty cool guy. I like him, so I'm rooting for them. I was watching that game the other night, and you know what I noticed is, they always do dances and stuff, which most of the time they're cool. But okay, has anyone seen? This is the dumbest dance. They do it all the time, but they're like, when they walk out, they're like. whatever that dance is, where they're like, I don't know what they're doing. They're like skipping. It looks so stupid. It is the dumbest thing ever. And like every once in a while, I'm like, that's like flossing. Remember that dance? Here's my problem with that dance. It's like if you do it perfectly, you look like a fucking idiot. Like if you do it like if you're the best dancer in the world and you do that dance perfectly, you look like a moron who can't dance. Like that dance is just, it's stupid. Same thing with this new dance. I don't know what song it's from. I don't know what the dance is called, but it's so dumb. And these NFL players are doing it, and I'm just like, you know, I get that like right now it seems cool, but I'm telling you right now, like, you look like an idiot, you know. But maybe they don't care. Maybe they're just having fun. If they're doing it, but what's crazy to me is they do it in celebration, like, yeah, I'm the man. I just scored a touchdown. And then they do that dance, and it's like you just undid all the cool stuff you just did. Like you're no longer cool, basically. So NFL players, if you're listening, you know that's just my one tip for you. Okay, free tip for me. Okay, let's see. We've got okay, we got that first layer. Let's blow dry that. I should probably lighten up this gray side because that's a little too gray. Now I'm painting the blue part of the sign white so that if I just painted blue on there, it would kind of be transparent and it would be very dark and you'd see through it a lot. So you put some white on there so that blue shows up. So there's kids doing Fortnite dances on your lawn. Yeah, Fortnite dances, but even Fortnite dances are like kind of cool looking, you know. They look like they take skill. There's just every once in a while there's a dance that I'm like, that's the dumbest looking thing ever. Unless that's the joke, is that you're trying to look stupid, then that makes sense, but I don't think they are. Maybe some of them are. I don't know. The floss dance was that little kid in like a Katy Perry video or something in the background doing it, and everyone online like lost their minds, like, what's that called? And they all started doing it. Everyone looked like idiots for. I wonder what this dance is though. I don't know what it is. All I know is they come out kind of like skipping, and they're like, it's the stupidest looking thing ever. I don't know why professional athletes choose to look like complete idiots like that. It's like even like the whip and the nay-nay and all that shit, like that was cool. That was way cooler than whatever this new dance is. Like everything, like I've never seen a dance as stupid as this one. Ugh. Okay. Alright, so we got the first base layer on our building. You know, let's take... It's probably a good spot for our little baby brush. Let's take our baby brush. Let's get some black paint on there. And I'm going to mix that in with a little bit of this gray so it's not totally black. Kind of just a dark gray. Okay, now, I like to make some little skinny lines here with this brush. Sometimes when I sit there and just mix it all up, it gets kind of blobby. Excuse me. Oh god, sorry. And then I spin it in there to kind of keep the point on the end. That was a big burp, I'm sorry. Okay, and I'm gonna take this and I kind of use it, just make some little, okay, there's that. Let's do some little, you know, lines. That doesn't look like lines on a building. Okay, let's do a little doorway. Maybe a little window. Now these little brushes don't hold much paint, so as soon as you see that rough texture, you're out of paint. I know I see people a lot who they're like, oh, I'm gonna keep going and get every drop of paint out of my brush, and I'm like, You know, there's more paint on your thing. You don't have to be frugal about it. You can. They're like, I'm going to get every drop of paint out of my brush before I stop and get more. I guess because they don't want to like break their own rhythm or something, but like just get more paint. Even if you make a good line, you don't have enough paint to make it look good on your painting, so just get more paint. Come on. It's a common sense, okay? Okay, let's do, let's see, what's something on the front of the building? Maybe there's a little bench. There's a little bench here. Okay, maybe, let's do a lighter gray now. Let's get some more light gray on there. And we'll add, oh, something else. Maybe we'll put a little, let's make the door light gray. A little bit of light gray in there in that window. Make it look like there's a little, you know, flavor to it, a little shading to it. Put a little flavor in it, okay? Okay, let's put maybe a little bit of some light gray. Maybe we'll put some back here, huh? Oh yeah, there we go. Kind of like doing that. Let me put that on top of my dark lines. Okay. Maybe put some of those in here as well. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, let's go back to our dark gray. Let's do this. Let's make a little. Here's where the sign's gonna be. Let's put a little shadow under the sign. There we go. Shadow. Okay, a little bit more water in my brush. Get some black paint. Okay, and we'll take this. We're going to kind of continue some of these lines in the shadow with black. Okay. Now we see some of these lines extending up into the dark part of that there shadow. Ooh, that looks a lot better, doesn't it? Let's take a shot. Okay, so we kind of got the dumpster, kind of got the basis for our little building right there. Yeah, it looks okay. Let's take a shot. Okay, trivia question. What was my favorite Jackie Chan movie from when I was in 7th grade and I went to the local DVD video rental place down the street from my house? Ha! Marches on. Okay. Back to the painting. Okay, let's see here. Now, our sign is going to be blue. And I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and take my small flat brush again. All right, let's wash it a little bit. So I'm going to get white paint back on there. And what I want to do is, again, I want to really set in where my sign is going to be. So I've kind of painted over some of my sign area with my shadow spot and some of that other stuff. So let's take the white paint again. I should probably blow dry it first. All right. Yeah. Okay, Sherry says rush hour. Okay. So far, rush hour's been guessed and drunken master's been guessed. Okay, let's take some white paint here. Now here's the bottom of my sign. Let's go ahead and repaint that in. So we got that. Got that in there. Okay. Let's go ahead and get some dark gray on here. And let's paint. This is going to be my little sign post. My little beam holding up the sign back here. Maybe we should make that black. You can't hardly see it. Let's do black. Maybe I should use my small round brush? Maybe I'm terrible at painting? Am I bad at painting? I think I might be terrible at painting. Oh, okay, there we go. Now we can see it. Okay, let's see. Return to the Bronxes? It's Rumble in the Bronx, but I like Return to the Bronxes. Return to the Bronxes. Return to the Bronxes. Okay, let's dry this one more time. We're probably going to dry it a couple times. Who am I kidding? Alright, let's take our small flat brush here. Yeah. Yeah. It's called Rumble in the Bronx. And it can get me. Okay, let's mix up our color for our sign. It's gonna be a light blue, so I'm taking my phthalo blue, mixing it in with some white. I want to get a nice light blue, almost a sky blue. Maybe not as light as a sky or a baby blue, but a nice, very light blue. And if you're using phthalo blue, you just need a tiny drop of it, really. That light phthalo blue, you know, really takes a lot of white to lighten that up. It's got a lot of range in that color. That's why I like phthalo blue. Got a lot of range. Starts out very dark, but every little bit of white you add to it makes a brand new, cool looking color. So a lot of white though, a little drop of blue, and that'll give you kind of the color you want. Alright, let's paint this all in a light blue. There we go. Okay, well, I didn't make that perfectly square, of course, because why we insecure, cause we look at other people then get unsure. Meditate on it, I can chill that noise. Take a look around and I'm still that boy. Feel that joy. Make another song when I get ignored. That's where I kind of just go for it, those long lines. The slower you go, the more wiggles you're gonna have, the less square it's gonna be. Just go for it. Okay, there's my blue sign. Let's see, is that kind of angling up? Let's bring that down. There we go, something like that. Good enough. Let's take a shot. Let's see. What do we got here? Some people saying some things. Episode 6, Return of the Bronxes. You guys getting the wind? It's wicked here. It's wicked terrible. It's wicked here. It is wicked here. The wind is crazy. There's a tornado warning last weekend. Yeah, it is ridiculous. Yeah, tornado warnings around here. 70 degrees in December. I saw a funny meme today, or it wasn't a meme. It was just somebody said something like, I hear kids saying when I grow up, and I'm like, dude, it's 70 degrees in December. Well, you ain't growing up. That's funny. Okay, let's blow dry. Okay, we gotta do the sign. So for the sign, I'm gonna paint some white spots. I'm gonna basically write DVD on there twice. I'm gonna do a little white outline where DVD is. Then I'll put red on top of that. And yeah, see how it looks after that. Okay, is that dry? That's pretty dry. Okay, let's take our chalk and write DVD in here so, you know, we do it right. Let's see here. D. How do you spell that? Okay, there we go. Hey, look at us. We're great. You know, let's put in a little cactus out here, too. Let's put a little cactus in here just for maybe one that's right up front here. do you think of that cactus? I like it. I like it, okay? I don't care. I'm doing it. Okay, let's take our... I'm going to take my baby brush again, my little round brush. Now, the last time I used this, I think was here, and maybe some of these lines. So I probably got some black in there, so let's take a paper towel. And let's go ahead and smush it. Okay, there's not a lot of black in here, so that's pretty clean. Okay. Let's take my white. And let's get some white paint on here. Alright, let's go ahead and paint a couple things that we can start. But let's start with DVD. Alright, now here's where you can be careful. Because you're doing lettering. I suck at lettering. Maybe you're good at it. And it's not a big deal to you. Okay, congratulations. You're so good at lettering. Alright, I am so impressed, okay? Oh, I do calligraphy. I think I'm so cool. Okay, well, I'm not good at it, okay? Stop yelling at me. Okay, there's the D. Let's put the V in. Alright, thank you, Matt. I'm just doing block letters. Maybe there's a better nostalgic font to use that you want to put on yours. And you know what? I encourage you to do that. Okay, make yours just however you want to make it. Okay, but there's D and a V, and here's another D coming up. Coming up next, another D. Double D's. Like boobs. Here we go. Okay, there we go. D, V, and D. That works for us. You know, I'm going to go ahead and paint this cactus in white first. I'm just going to come down. It's just going to go... And it's going to stop there. And then we're going to go... Boink. One arm. Two arms. There we go. Okay, well, you know, that's pretty good so far. Let's take a shot. Let's see. Clint says, this seems like it's an X-rated DVD store in the desert, Joel. What the F? That's your interpretation, okay? What the F you? Okay, this is just an old DVD rental store, okay? Maybe back in the day there was all kinds of stuff around this place. But it's an old relic of the desert now. Okay, you know, you put the X-rated DVD thing on it, not me, you. Alright, so I will not take responsibility for that. And you know, what if it is an X-rated DVD place, huh? Are you shaming, shaming people who get X-rated DVDs, huh? What if that's what someone needs to get them through the day, huh? Are you porn shaming? Cheers. Hey, today's trivia question is, which Jackie Chan movie was the best one? Is it A, Rush Hour, B, Super Cop, C, Shanghai Nights, D, Karate Kid, E, Rumble in the Bronx, F, Drunken Master, G, Rush Hour 2, H, I've never seen a Jackie Chan movie. Take your guess. Okay, let's see. Let's go back to our little baby red flat brush, or round brush. And I'm going to get some red paint. I'm just going to take one of these plates I already got, put red paint on there. Okay, I'm taking the trivia question down for a sec. Okay, let's take some red paint. Zoom, zoom. Now, I'm not going to mix with white or anything. I want as bright of red as I want, just bright, solid red on here. So let's go ahead and get that mixed in. Make sure all my water is very sturdy with my paint. If it's not sturdy and it's real watery, I'll get a drip going down my canvas. I don't want that. You know what? I don't want that. Okay. I gotta actually try. Okay, let's focus here. Try not to. Zoom.
Can I get out? Will it get out? Of course he will.
Okay, fill in those letters. Well, yeah, little Philip. I named my cat Philip. He's been pretty good. He's gotten into some stuff, but he's pretty good. Cleaning out cat litter blows. I don't like that. Much prefer the dog version where I just let them outside and they go poop somewhere and I have nothing to do with it, and it's great. But cats, I have to go get in their shit and get very close to their shit. I don't enjoy that. So far, my biggest pet peeve. That and the fact that they don't listen at all. Like they just, I was like, oh, cats just do what they want. Her. And I'm like, yeah, they sure do. And that's not like a hilarious thing to me. That's like, sucks about them. But I like that they just do what they want. Like, do you though? Wouldn't it be cool if you said stop and they stopped? Wouldn't that be cooler? Ain't that better? Other than that, he's been pretty dope though. He just loves me too much, and I'm like, dude, if I wasn't allergic to you, I'd let you lay on my face and get all up in me, but you can't, okay? Because he rode in my face one night and it looked like I'd been punched in the face. Like my whole left side of my face was red and there's like a white spot on my cheek. Like it was about to bubble up or something. You know what's crazy though? My asthma's been better. How wild is that? My asthma's literally been like better. Or maybe it is, or maybe it's just like at home my asthma's worse, and then I leave my house and I'm like, oh, I feel great. And it's like by proxy it's better, you know? Maybe. I don't know. Haha. Let's paint a little cactus in. Let's paint cactus in. Alright, blue, green. Blue, yellow, make green. Blue, yellow, make green. Here we go. Cactus. Look at this crazy cactus. Oh, look at me. I'm a crazy cactus. Crazy cactus. Remember that game Crazy Taxi? That would be a game I would have rented at an old video store. I have my Dreamcast too. So suck on that, nostalgia. Corey, you remember playing Crazy Taxi on my Dreamcast? You probably didn't. Maybe you did play on my Dreamcast sometimes. We had do we ever play like Jedi Power Battles or can't remember all the games I had now. I still have some of them. Crazy Taxi was probably one that we had that we played. Yes, that's what I just said. Why did I get a kitten? The cat box climbs my freaking legs, grabs my hair. Yeah. A DC? Desktop computer? What's a DC? Dimensional cable? I have a DC? Direct connection? Dial-up connection? Oh, Dreamcast. That makes a lot of sense, actually, Corey. I'll take a shot for that one. My bad. I should have figured that out. Corey, I like how you space out your letters and capitalize them so that's very clear what you're saying. It's a nice tactic. Okay. Oh. Okay, that makes 12 shots. Yeah, Dreamcast. Sherry, Dreamcast was... Sherry, I don't even know if I can get into it right now. Dreamcast came out when, like, N64 came out. It was, like, after N64, before PlayStation 2. It was around that time. And it was the Sega. It was Sega's first disc model. Okay, I mixed up a little more blue with my green to make a dark green. Let's put a little shadows on this thing. Give a little bit more realism. Okay, there we go. I think that's... Well, no, I'm going to add a little bit more. Let's take our flat brush. Whoa, sorry. Oh, excuse me. Hey, sorry again. Dreamcast came out in 1999. Sega's last console. Oh, God. I'm so sorry. Oh, I got the hiccups now. Today's trivia question. When I was in junior high and I rented Jackie Chan movies, what was the best one, I thought, back when I was in 7th grade? Okay, there's the list of them. Now, if you know how old I am, you can probably do a process of elimination that way and narrow it down to like 5. Okay, I'm going to take my small flat brush, wash it out. I'm going to get some of my raw sienna, and let's get a little bit of black. Mix a little bit of black in there with it. Just a little bit. Make it a little bit darker. I don't know what color this is. A dark sand color. Okay, now let's put some little darknesses. We'll put a little bit there. There we go. Kind of sprinkle some of that shading in there. Hey, let's put a little shading underneath this here. There we go. Alright, let's take that down. Okay. So, that's the painting right there. See that? It's a subtle painting. Very subtle. Okay, very subtle. Alright, I'm pretty hammered. Okay, last step was paint the bottom edge. Today's winner was Clint for saying Drunken Master. The true real answer was Rumble in the Bronx, but Drunken Master was right in there. Sherry, you said, what'd you say, Rush Hour or Shanghai Nights, one of those two? So the only problem with that is that those movies hadn't come out yet when I was in 7th grade, because I was in 7th grade in like the year 2000. Yeah, I think I was in 8th grade in 2001, because that's when 9/11 was. I was in 6th or 7th grade when I was doing this and going and getting Jackie Chan movies. So I don't even know if Rush Hour was out then. If it was, I wasn't the old school ones. All I remember is there was, and this might not even been Rumble in the Bronx, but it was one of those old Jackie Chan movies. And all I remember is it was like all cool, or like, you know, there's some pretty lighthearted stuff, then some hardcore stuff. And then there was a guy that was fed into a tree chopper, like Fargo. Remember in Fargo? How in Fargo at the end that dude is putting that dude in a tree mulcher chopper up thing. That happened in Rumble in the Bronx, or one of those Jackie Chan movies way back in the day. And I was always like, holy shit. Like, it went from like, those Jackie Chan movies like went from like ha 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 funny, cheesy to like holy shit, that was insanely gruesome and hardcore. And I just always remember that scene just blowing my fucking nips off. And I was always like, good God, like, oh my God. And it was just good. It was so gruesome. Even I don't think it showed anything, but it doesn't matter. I mean, the thought of it, just thought of them, what's happening in this movie is that this person that was in this movie is now being ground up in a tree chopper upper thing. Fargo is elite. Um. So anyway, I'm gonna sign this painting with looks like a super light sand color. Okay, take a little tiny brush. I'll do a little signature down here. Boom, signature. Hey Corey, congratulations! You win a painting. So you just look through my giveaway paintings. I'll send you a link. Tell me which one you want, and I will bring it to you. Okay. Thank you everybody for watching today, and have a great day, and see you next time. Okay, bye.